Picture this. You wake up Monday morning, feeling decent after a weekend that got a bit out of hand at your friend's barbecue. Your back has been quiet for a few days, so you decide to get back on track with some exercise. Maybe a gentle gym session, nothing crazy, just some light weights and a walk on the treadmill. You warm up properly, you use perfect form, you keep everything moderate. You even feel proud of yourself for prioritizing your health despite being exhausted from weekend family activities. Then Tuesday morning arrives. You roll out of bed to get the kids ready for school, and your lower back feels like you've been caught by a late tackle in a GA match. The familiar ache is back. Maybe it's shooting down your leg as you bend to pack lunch boxes. Your first thought, I shouldn't have exercised yesterday. My back just can't handle it anymore. Sound familiar? If you're a busy parent in your 30s or 40s, this scenario probably feels painfully relatable. Today, we're talking about the fear cycle, and to break free from the pattern that keeps so many working parents trapped between pain and fear. Quick reminder before we dive in, this podcast is for educational purposes only. I'm not your physio or your doctor, so if you've got red flag symptoms like loss of bowel or bladder control, sudden severe weakness, or anything worrying, go and get checked out first. For everyone else, if you've had flare-ups, disc bulges, or you're just frustrated by trying to get fit only to end up in more pain, then this episode is going to give you a clear path forward. So what exactly is this fear flare cycle? Well, it's one of the most destructive patterns that I see working mothers and fathers around the Cooley Peninsula and across Ireland. Here's how it works. The more you experience unpredictable flare-ups after trying to exercise, the more you start to fear movement itself. And the more you fear movement, the weaker and more sensitive your system becomes, which makes future flare-ups even more likely. It's a vicious loop. Pain creates fear. Fear creates inactivity. Inactivity creates weakness. Weakness creates more pain. Does that sound like your experience? Research from pain science experts like Lorimer Moseley and David Butler shows us something crucial. Chronic pain isn't just about tissue damage, it's about a hypersensitive nervous system that starts treating normal activities as threats. When your brain perceives exercise as dangerous, especially after a few bad experiences, it can trigger protective responses. Responses that actually increase pain and muscle tension. But here's where most busy parents get it wrong. They assume the solution is to avoid the activities that seem to trigger flare-ups. This is what researchers call fear avoidance behavior. Think about it. Reduced activity leads to physical deconditioning. Deconditioning increases vulnerability to injury, which reinforces the fear of movement. Studies consistently show something important. People who remain appropriately active during back pain episodes recover faster. They have better long-term outcomes than those who rest completely. But there's a crucial caveat. The activity needs to be graded, progressive, and matched to your current tolerance levels, not the fitness level you had before kids or before your back problems started. Let me share the type of story that I encounter regularly in my gym in the Cooley Peninsula. A busy parent, let's call her Emma, came to me after 18 months of this exact cycle. She had been active her whole life, played football for her local club, stayed reasonably fit even after having kids. Then came her first major flare-up during a particularly stressful period of work. She was managing a big project from her home office. A simple movement while lifting files from her car boot triggered severe spasms that lasted over a week. I couldn't understand it, she said. I'd taken bigger knocks on the football pitch that barely slowed me down, but bending down to get my files from my car destroyed me. I couldn't even sit properly at my desk for 3 days. After that incident, she became hypervigilant about her back. She would analyse every movement, from lifting her son to reaching for things during her workday. She gradually reduced her activity levels, stopped the weekend mountain walks that she always enjoyed. Each subsequent flare-up became more frequent despite her caution, and each one reinforced her belief that her back pain was fundamentally damaged. As she contacted me, she hadn't done any proper exercise in over a year. She had gained weight, felt constantly tired, experiencing flare-ups from activities as simple as sitting at her desk all day or carrying in the shopping bags. Her back pain had become the filter through which she planned every day. I went from someone who could sprint down a football pitch to someone afraid to chase after my kids in the garden, she said. The weekends used to be for family adventures. Now I spend them on the sofa, exhausted and in pain. Can you relate to Emma's frustration? Have you found yourself planning your life around back pain? Well, here's the good news. The fear cycle doesn't have to be your reality. Even with the demands of family life and career responsibilities, my 5-pillar system specifically targets this cycle. It addresses both the physical and psychological aspects of chronic pain, and is designed around the realities of busy family life. Let me walk you through each pillar. Pillar 1, graded movement training. Instead of avoiding exercise or jumping back into old routines, we use progressive loading protocols based on pain science research. We start with movements that feel completely safe, then gradually build tolerance and confidence in 10 to 15 minute sessions. These sessions will fit around work from home schedules and family commitments. For someone like Emma, this meant beginning with bodyweight squats to a high box during our lunch break, then slowly progressing over months to confidently lifting heavy shopping bags and playing actively with her kids. The key is what researchers call graded exposure, systematically increasing activity levels while staying within your current capacity. This retrains your nervous system to recognize that movement is safe and not threatening. Pillar 2 is targeted mobility work. We identify and address the specific restrictions that force your lower back to compensate during daily activities like working at a desk all day, lifting children, weekend household tasks. Research shows that limited hip and thoracic spine mobility significantly increases lower back stress. By restoring function to these areas first, we reduce the mechanical load on your lumbar spine before progressing to strength training. Pillar 3, anti-inflammatory nutrition. Chronic inflammation can sensitive pain pathways and slow tissue healing. But as a busy parent, you also need to live your life, including weekend barbecues, birthday parties, the occasional night out in Dundalk or Newry. Studies demonstrate that dietary interventions focusing on omega-3 fatty acids and polymethyl rich foods can significantly impact pain perception. We implement sustainable changes that account for family meals, weekend socializing, and the reality that you're not going to eat perfectly all the time. Pillar 4. Strategic supplementation. Evidence-based supplements like magnesium support the physical recovery process. Omega-3 fatty acids for inflammation. Vitamin D, which is crucial in our Irish climate for bone and muscle health. Proper movement and nutrition strategies that fit your budget and lifestyle. Pillar 5. Stress and sleep optimization. This might be the most crucial pillar for busy parents. Research shows that poor sleep quality and chronic stress directly increase pain sensitivity. Both are common in working parents juggling home offices and family life. We implement practical stress management techniques that work during a busy workday. Sleep hygiene protocols that account for the reality of family life. Unexpected wake-ups, weekend social activities. Let me pause here for a moment. If you're listening and thinking this makes sense, but I need help putting it all together, you're not alone. The fear-flower cycle is complex. It requires a comprehensive approach, not just random exercises or generic advice. If you want a personalized roadmap that addresses your specific situation, that's exactly what I do inside Backfix Coaching. It's my complete system designed for busy parents who want to train with confidence, build real strength, and stop living in fear of the next flare up. I'll tell you more about how to work with me at the end of this episode, but for now, let's talk about what this transformation actually looks like. Within the first month of implementing this approach, clients typically notice their morning stiffness reducing, making those early starts with the kids less painful. By month 2, sleep quality improves dramatically, crucial for parents who need energy for both work and family life. Month 3 often brings the first extended pain-free periods in years, meaning they can actually enjoy weekend family activities again. But the real breakthrough usually comes around month 4, when a minor flare-up occurs, perhaps after a stressful work deadline or a weekend spent at family events. Instead of retreating to the sofa for 2 weeks, clients now have tools, gentle movement, stress management techniques, a new perspective on pain fluctuations. What used to be 2-week setbacks that derailed family plans become 2-day inconveniences. This is when the fundamental shift happens. The pain no longer controls their decisions because they have a proven plan on how to manage it. In my experience, within 6 months, clients are typically moving better than before their initial injury. They've lost excess weight, regained energy for both work and family life, most importantly, rediscovered confidence in their bodies. They still get occasional back cringes. That's normal for anyone with a history of back pain, but these no longer derail their family weekends or plans. I regularly receive photos from clients who've returned to activities that they thought were lost forever. Football training sessions, hill walks around Cooley, family hiking trips to the Mourns, or simply playing energetically with their children in the garden without fear. What makes this approach work for busy parents is its foundational in current pain science research, combined with practical implementation that fits real life. We now understand that chronic pain involves complex interactions, physical factors, psychological factors, social factors, including family stress, work demands, lifestyle pressures. Studies show that multidisciplinary approaches produce better long-term outcomes than any single intervention alone. The back fix system integrates these elements into a practical, progressive program, one that working parents can actually follow, even during stressful periods or family crises. Research also demonstrates the importance of self-efficiency. Your belief in your ability to manage your condition while maintaining your responsibilities as a parent and professional. Each small success in the program builds confidence, creating a positive feedback loop that reinforces healthy behaviors and reduces fear avoidance patterns. The impact extends beyond just pain relief. When busy parents regain confidence in their bodies, it affects their entire family dynamic. They are more present and energetic with their children, more effective at work, more willing to participate in family activities they previously avoided due to pain fears. I've seen former county players return to coaching their local clubs, parents who can properly engage in school sport days again, working parents who no longer plan their days around managing back pain. Children notice when their parents are moving freely and participating fully in family life again. This is what comprehensive back pain management should achieve for busy families. Not just the absence of pain, but the return of energy, confidence, full participation in the life that you have worked so hard to build. Listen, I know some of you are thinking, but I've tried everything before. What if it doesn't work for me? Here's what I want you to understand. This isn't about your effort or commitment. You've already been working hard. The problem is that most approaches only address part of the picture. Building strength is important, but it's not enough. Managing stress matters, but it's not everything. Fixing mobility restrictions helps, but that's just another piece. The fear cycle requires all 5 pillars working together. That's what makes the difference between temporary relief and lasting change. You're not broken. Your back isn't fundamentally flawed. You just need a system that matches what your body needs to function well in daily life. The fear cycle doesn't have to be your reality. With the right approach, backed by current research and tailored to the specific challenges of working parents, it's possible to break free. The key is understanding that back pain recovery for busy parents isn't just about fixing what's wrong, it's about building resilience, confidence, practical tools that work even during your most stressful weeks. So if you're ready to break the cycle and reclaim your confidence, I want to help you. Backfix Coaching is my complete 5-pillar system designed specifically for working parents in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. Parents who want to train with confidence, build real strength, and stop the fear cycle once and for all. This isn't for everyone, but if you're committed to putting in the work, email me at info@templetownsc.com or DM me strong on Instagram at Templetown Strength Conditioning. You deserve more than just getting through your days. You deserve to thrive as both a parent and an individual, with the energy and confidence to fully engage in the life that you've worked so hard to create. Train smarter, not broken, and I'll see you in the next episode.